Hi, I'm Anne from Game Like a Mother, and today I'm sharing my top 10 Disney princess themed board games. There are actually 17 games on this list, but for number 9 on the list, I just put 8 of the classic board games that they've given a Disney princess theme to and made available, and I put them all together and I'm just counting them as one, but there are many options available to you here. I have them all listed in the description of the video along with the timestamp if you want to skip to a particular one, and I've included any how to play videos I've created for any of these games as well. They are linked below. So let's get started. First up, we have Disney Princess Enchanted Cupcake Party Game, which, as far as I'm concerned, is the holy grail of Disney Princess board games. This is fantastic. If you're going to just get one princess game, this is the one to get. The goal of the game is to fill out all of your recipe cards by flipping over tiles, collecting the different pieces to build your little cupcakes. And if you've completed all your cupcakes first, you win. Or if you've completed the most cupcakes by the time all the clock tower tiles have gotten flipped over, then you win. Or you can just use the little recipe cards and build cupcakes for fun, which is what it seems like we do 90% of the time when we play this game. And it's so fun. The recipe cards are two-sided, and so you can either build an individual character or you can build a little hodgepodge character that has a little bit of a bunch of different cupcakes, or you can just build whatever you want to build and make up your own unique cupcakes. Kids who love princesses love this game. Kids who do not particularly care about Disney princesses love this game because they love cupcakes so much and it's so much fun. And Disney finally figured that out. And so they did come out with just a generic Disney cupcake game that has like Winnie the Pooh, the Cheshire Cat. Elsa is in that version of the game. So there are a couple different versions of the game out there, but this is just absolutely fantastic. We've had our copy for maybe about 8 years, and my older children loved it, and now my 4-year-old plays with it regularly, and the older siblings that are 7, 9, and 10 are always happy to play with it with her whenever she gets it out. So it's just absolutely fantastic. If you have to pick just one princess game, this is absolutely the one I would say to go and get. Next up, we have Disney Princess Treats and Sweets Party Game, which is essentially a very gentle memory game in which you are getting to roll dice out of the teapot, which is the coolest factor of this game. And then based on what you roll, you move to whatever color is on one of the die, and then you get to flip over the little treat tiles, however many the number is on the other die. So you might get 3 tries to find one of the little cards that match what you're supposed to find. And there are some wild cards in the bunch, so it is a very gentle and kind of forgiving memory game, perfect for preschoolers. The theme is on point. This one isn't as much of both toy and game. Besides the teapot, it's not as much what you would play around with, but it's very cute, very simple, easy to learn, and the theme is on point. Next, we have Princess Present Party, which is a delightful little card game, which is cooperative. You are working together to try to get the right presents in front of each of the princesses by the end of the game. And I love this because it is cooperative, you win and lose together, although we have never lost at this game, and we have had a very good win rate of 100%, which is about right when you're playing a game with a 3 or 4-year-old some of the time. But there aren't a lot of cooperative games out there that fit this theme, and the price point is right. It has some snowflakes on the outside of the box, but it doesn't feel overly seasonally themed, so we play this year-round. It doesn't feel weird to play this in July, but it is delightful, it is cute. Preschooler can fully handle the strategy of this game and will feel very successful while playing this. Next up, we have Princess Pattern Party, which is basically like a variation on bingo, but it's great for preschoolers. It helps teach shapes and colors, and all you're doing is on your turn. They have a bunch of different spinners. Everybody gets to pick their own spinner to start out the game. And on your turn, you spin it and you get to match either the color, shape, character, or pattern that comes up. And you're trying to fulfill whatever your goal card is. It might be four in a row or a little box. There's a beginner side to the cards for the goal card that you pick, or you can go to advanced, so it can be a little more challenging. As the kids get older, you can match whatever challenge level they need, and it's very sweet. It's very simple. You can place tiles. It's a communal board. You're placing out the tiles to fulfill your goal, so people can play tiles on top of each other. The spinners get passed around, which is fun. So you might start with one spinner, and then everybody has to pass them around, and you end up with different spinners throughout the game. So it's very cute, very simple. And then they have a couple different versions of this. There's a Coco Melon version and a Dr. Seuss version too. All are sweet, all are cute, all are a lot of fun. Next up, we have Disney Princess See the Story, which is essentially a speed trivia game for Disney Princess, where you have these tiles out across the board, and you're supposed to look and see which two come from the same Disney movie, match them up, grab the pair, and then you keep on going until somebody gets a certain number of matches and they are the winner. This game works well with a few adjustments. The speed aspect can be tricky depending on your child, and also just the number of Disney movies you need to have watched and remember to do well at this game. My 4-year-old daughter hasn't watched Pocahontas yet, and that's an issue for this game because there are Pocahontas tiles put out there, and she doesn't know if they match or not. So you need to have watched enough Disney movies and recently enough that your child remembers all of the different characters in order to do well at this game. Also, the speed aspect can be hard with preschoolers. I talked to a friend who also has this game, and she just does turn-based rounds with her children when they play, where, okay, it's your turn, let's look together, you try to find the two and then I can help you, and then they just play until somebody gets like 5 matches, and then yay, we all won the game and everybody had a good time, and that's all they really needed when they played the game. And then the other thing that's a little hard about this game is the wishing well is really neat. You're supposed to put the tiles in there, and then you just push it across the game board, and it's supposed to drop out the tiles on the empty spots from when you've collected a match, and then that's how the tiles are dispersed. Well, it gets stuck. The tiles get stuck often in the wishing well, and it doesn't work properly, at least for us. And for my friend that owns the game, that's an issue a good percentage of the time. So it's a really nice game concept. It's fun. Just know what you're getting into before you get this game, because there are a few sticky bits when it comes to the game. Next up, we have Pretty Pretty Princess Disney Princess Edition. The goal of this game is to collect all of the jewelry that matches your specific princess, and you need to have the crown and don't have the cursed ring, and then you will win the game. So you just do the spinner, move around the board, you get to collect the pieces that you land on. It's very simple. It's a variation of the classic 90s game, Pretty Pretty Princess, but we're into the Disney princess version of this, obviously. And it's so great because it is both toy and game. It is so simple to figure out. This is one that kids will get out for play dates, for when grandparents come over. It's just super fun, super easy. And if they're into jewelry, which of course they are, they will be into this. The little clip-on earrings are perfect. They don't really seem to hurt, which is amazing for clip-on earrings. So we love this one. We just get it out to play with the components, which is a mark of a good game for this age group. Next, we have Top Trumps Match Disney Princess Edition. This game is essentially Connect 4, but Connect 5. There's a bunch of cubes already in the tower, and all you do on the first turn, someone pushes out the top corner one, and then all you do is you're pushing it they're orienting it how you like and pushing it in on your side so that you're trying to get 5 of the character of your choice in a row, while they are also trying to do that on the other side of the board. And they have this, it's super portable. The game's not ever going to end in a draw like Connect 4, because eventually you just keep on going until someone gets 5 in a row. So it's really simple to learn, fun to play, and there are a ton of different versions of this game. We have the dinosaurs version, but there's also Disney Classics, Harry Potter, Frozen 2, and Disney Princess, 2 separate versions. Mickey Mouse and a bunch of other versions are available. So great game, pick the version you like and you are set. Next, we have Hedbanz Disney Edition. In this game, it's essentially 20 questions, but what you do is you have a little headband, but in this version, it's a tiara or a crown that you place on your head, and you put a card on there, and you get to ask people yes, or you take turns asking yes or no questions so you can figure out what is on your card. And this game is lovely because if you can handle 20 questions, you can handle this game, and it is already set up with a great Disney theme for you. Okay, for number 9 on the list, we are going to jam through 8 classic board games that they've given a princess theme to. First up, we have Monopoly Junior, Princess Edition. You win by having the most money left when somebody goes bankrupt. Monopoly Junior is fast, fun, and easy to play. We really like it. Candyland, there is a Princess Edition. This is a classic for a reason. Kids do really well with early board games if they aren't having to count spaces, if they just go to the next color. That helps a lot for first-time kids playing board games, and you just are trying to be the first to get to the Princess Castle at the end of the game. There's Princess version of Chutes and Ladders, where you go up the ladders, you have to go down the slides or the chutes, and you're trying to be first to get to the end of the board to get to 100 first. There's Guess Who Princess Edition. I love that there are finally some other versions of Guess Who out there. We have a Puppies version as well, but a princess version is so much more fun than the original if your child loves princesses. Don't Break the Ice. They have a Frozen 2 version of this game where you have a nice little hammer and you're trying to take out chunks of ice without making Elsa fall through. Great theme on theme for the movie there. Uno has both a regular princess version and a Frozen 2 version that's available right now. And Uno is one of my favorite games to get a themed version of the deck because it's so little, it's compact, it's cheap to get, and it really matters to the kids if you're playing with like a Mario deck and they love Mario. If you're playing with a princess deck and they love princesses, it makes a big difference in their experience in the game. Disney Pop-Up. We called this Trouble when I was a kid. It's where they have the plastic dome and there's a couple dice underneath it, and you roll the dice by pushing down on the dome, and it's kind of like an easier version of Sorry, and you're just trying to be the first to get your little tokens all the way around the board and back home. There's a Disney Princess of Yahtzee Junior in which you roll dice they don't have numbers on them, they have princesses on them, and you're trying to get the best points or the best combinations of dice to win. And if you think to yourself, oh, we already have a standard version of this game, does it really matter to have a Disney version? Yes it does. Theme matters so much to kids, to adults as well, but especially kids, and they will be so much more likely to play a game if it has a theme that they like. And finally, we have the Disney Princess Pop-Up Magic Castle game. This is last on the list because it is harder to find now. There are some copies you can find on Amazon or on eBay, but they're at a bit of a higher price point than I paid for this game when I got it about 6 or 7 years ago. But the game itself is so fun and so great for little kids who love princesses. You fold out this board and this big princess castle pops up, and you are trying to be the first to get your character to all along the path and to the princess castle. The characters are fun. My kids just play around with them. all you're doing is you spin the spinner and move forward that number of spaces. And there are some bad guy spaces where you just move back 3 spaces if you land on it. There are some specialty spaces that if you land there, then there's a group of tiles out and you get to flip one over. And if it matches your character, you zoom ahead 6 spaces, and that really helps you get to the castle speedy quick. So it's very simple. It's very easy. It goes pretty quickly, but that's all correct for this age level. It's just a fun, happy experience. You can play around with the characters in the castle. You just have to be careful because it's a pop-up castle, so it is a little bit delicate. But if it is worth it to you to hunt down something like this, this is one that my older daughter absolutely loved. My younger daughter, who's now 4, this is one of her go-to princess games, and her cousin who comes and visits us not infrequently, she's also 4, and this is a game she specifically requests each time because she loves it so much. So that's it for my top 10 list for Disney princess themed games. We love some Disney princesses around here, and I'm so glad there are so many great options out there. So hopefully you found a few you're excited to try out, and thank you so much. I'll see you next time from Game Like a Mother.